Lastly, podcast listeners, we have this story for you. Peter Doocy asks White House press secretary if the administration would consider handgun ban. So, the administration, of course, is all about banning guns. We all know that. Democrats are all about banning guns. They don't believe in the First Amendment or the Second Amendment or the Constitution whatsoever. This we know, okay? But the administration has kind of hinted that maybe they want to get rid of handguns. And so Peter Doocy asks Jean-Pierre, who's the White House press spokeswoman, asks her about this very matter, about a handgun ban. We have that clip, and here it is.
Canada is making it impossible to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns anywhere in that country. Would President Biden ever consider a similar restriction on handguns here?
So, we'll leave it up to other countries to set their policy on gun ownership. The president has made his position clear. The United States needs to act, as I just laid out. He supports a ban on sale of assault weapons and high-capacity magazines and expanded background checks to keep guns out of the dangerous hands. He does not support a ban on the sale of all handguns, to answer your question.
Okay, thank you.
So that is an exchange that just occurred between Peter Doocy and Jean-Pierre. And the reason that exchange occurred, other than, of course, the shooting that happened in Uvalde, Texas, as you know, which is awful, is that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau just introduced legislation to freeze all sales and purchases of handguns and impose a buyback of military-style semi-automatic weapons. And that just happened yesterday. The legislation further intends to limit all long gun magazines to hold no more, than 5 rounds and ban the sale of high-capacity magazines. So again, there's a shooting in America and the Prime Minister of Canada says, well, I'm going to put legislation in to freeze the sales and purchases of handguns and impose a buyback of weapons. Quote, today, we're proposing some of the strongest measures in Canadian history to keep guns out of our communities and build a safer future for everyone, Trudeau said in the press release. Canada passed legislation in May 2020 banning over 1,500 types of firearms after a mass shooting in Nova Scotia that left 23 people dead. President Joe Biden urged the federal government to stand up to the gun lobby in response to the Robb Elementary School mass shooting that killed 19 children and 2 fourth graders. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, that the whole Davos crowd, the in crowd, the globalist crowd, they want to eliminate your ability to defend yourself, to protect yourself, and most importantly, to defend your freedom. So first, they're attacking the middle class, and they're doing it intentionally, and they are destroying and breaking the middle class through high prices and through inflation. They're doing it intentionally, all under the guise of global warming and climate change. And then they're going to prevent you from being able to defend yourself, not necessarily from bad people, but from the government, which are the worst people. We know that. We all know that. The founders of this great nation warned us about this, and yet here it is happening in real time. And that's it from Mark and the Millennials. Thank you for joining Mark and the Millennials. This is Mark Fisher. Thank you to our producer, Christopher Hopkins. Check us out on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, Rumble, and our website. See you next time.